Welcome to our food chain activity video. For this activity you will need a printout of the pictures from the link, a scissors, some tape, a clothes hanger, string, titles for the activity at the bottom of the page, a pencil and a rubber. First things first, we're going to cut out our paper and cut out our animals and our food, and we're going to cut out our title. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to spread them out between producer, consumer, prey and predator. Okay, so I have them set out. Now I want to make my food chains. So let's have a look. Let's find an easy one. Now, I do have this sheet here, which is the last sheet of the game. But I don't want to use it. I want to try and make up some myself. But I can use it there as a hint. But we'll wait and see. So, for now, I'm going to start with a very simple one. Okay. So I'm going to take grass. Grass is producer. Consumer is the rabbit. And my predator is, see now, I'll find it. Can you think of what I'm thinking of? Oh, there it is. It's a fox. So this is where our hangers come in. Now you can use one hanger or two hangers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, you can see this now, I'm going to put one hanger into the other hanger like this and make an X. Okay, like that. I'm going to take some sellotape and I'm going to sellotape it at the bottom and the top so that they stay together in an X. Now you can use some string for this if you like, and I might later put a bit of string over it just to make sure that it's safe, but for now this will do fine. Okay, keep it in an X form. Have that X at the bottom so that they hang nicely. I'm just going to turn this so that it matches the other one and they can hang up together. Okay, so my two hangers making an X so that it can pop up, so I can hang it like this. Okay, now I'll leave that over here for later. Now I'm going to take my string and find the end of it, and I'm going to cut maybe 5 or 6 centimeter lengths. Now if I'm doing my first food chain, I just need 3 pieces. So one, maybe about the length of the box. 2. And I'll make this one a bit longer. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to sellotape the string to the piece of paper. And I'm going to attach the grass. What's next in the chain? The grass to the rabbit. And the rabbit is going to connect to the fox. And then I'm going to stick a string out of the fox. Okay, now we have our food chain. So I'm going to write, the grass produces energy, so as a producer. the consumer, or what's the other word we're using? Consumer or prey eat the grass, and the predator eats the prey. So we've got the producer, the consumer or the prey, and the predator. And I am going to tie this to the bottom of my hanger. Now I'm going to find another one and create another food chain. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, for our title, you put them back to back, and you're going to stick them back to back. Now be careful, so I'm only going to stick the top on one side. Okay. Then I'm going to come along and I'm going to hang it over the top of my hangers like this, so that we have a title on it, so that we know what we're making. I'll show you what this looks like now in a second. I'm just sticking it down. Now, so it looks like this. So it sits on top like that, so you can see what you've made, and then it hangs, and then it hangs from it like that. Okay, now we're going to make another chain. Let me see. Okay, use the zebra and the lion. And what does the zebra eat? What is the producer in this food chain? He eats grass. So this is a producer. Produces energy. The zebra consumes the energy and then becomes prey for the predator, which is the lion. And then we're going to make our chain. Okay. Just tie it on nicely. Now you may notice that both the rabbit and the zebra eat grass. Yes, on different continents, but they both eat grass. So what you might do is you might get some string and you might connect the rabbit to the zebra's grass and the zebra to the rabbit's grass, because they are both eating the same thing. So I'm going to take a little bit of string for each, and I'm going to stick it this time to the corner, so I can stick it to the grass that is below the rabbit. I'm going to bring this over here. I'm going to stick it to the grass here, and then I'm going to do the same with the rabbit. And this is what makes the chain a web. It connects lots of different animals to the same food. Now for the next one, I might try a longer chain and show you what that looks like too. So there is our web section of it, because they both eat grass and they both are consumers. They can be connected to each other's food or the producer. So now I'm going to try a longer one that we might have. Let me see, what are my predators that I have? I might find one that might be suitable. Let me see. Let's do one closer to home. Let's do the owl. So the owl will eat a shrew. Let me find a shrew. A shrew is very like a mouse, but with a long skinny nose. There we go. So the prey will eat the predator, which will eat the consumer. Let me see. Yep, the worm. The shrew will eat the worm, and the worm will eat the decaying leaves. So this is a 4 parts to the chain. So we have the producer, the consumer, the prey, and the predator. And we're going to connect all of them. So that's a longer one, but it's still, so this is a longer one, but it is still a food chain. So you've seen how I've made these 3. I'm going to make the other ones now, and I will show you it once I have it finished. Okay, so I've finished adding all of my food chains to my hanger. Okay, so I'm looking at it now, and I'm thinking I have a blue tit, a caterpillar, and some leaves here, and I'm thinking the owl can be a predator for the blue tit. So I could join, you see that the owl is here, so I could join the owl to the blue tit, and that would create another link in the web. Or I could have the fox and the shrew, I could connect those, or the rabbit and the owl, I could connect those, creating a web of food chains, so that it's not only the one direction, that they can jump across between them. And I'm looking here at the owl and the frog. So the owl could eat the frog, so that could be another connection here. And I'm thinking the slug is the same for the blue tit maybe. So the blue tit could eat the slug, so you could connect it. The blue tit is over here. The blue tit could connect to the slug, so you could connect it this way here as well. So I'm going to do a couple of them, and I will let you have a look once I have that done and see the different connections that I've made within the food web rather than a food chain. Okay, so I've made some of those connections there. I've put the owl with the rabbit and with the frog, and I've done some connections there. See what connections you might find in your food web. And send us pictures and let us see what you have done. I hope you enjoy the activity, and we'll see how it goes. Send us pictures, we'd love to see them. Enjoy your food chain. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to send us some pictures.